How's it going, everybody? Bearded Burton here, and I wanted to share with you what I keep in this pouch. I kind of refer to this pouch as my bits and bobs kit, repair kit. I don't take this with me on day hikes or whatnot, but this absolutely goes with me if I'm teaching at an event or if I'm going to be staying more than just a night at a campsite or with friends or on a trip. Will sit in the bottom of my main large pack, and it essentially over the years has just been a kit that I've built out that contains everything that I think I would need to repair, fix, replace, or create things in my kit. So if something needs stitching, if something needs repaired, if something needs to be remade, that kind of stuff. So it's definitely packed to the brim, but I've used everything in here at one point or time in the last 5 or 6 years. So just something that I haven't seen a lot of people share. It's been really helpful to just have with me, and along with kind of being that person that has something to even help repair your friend's gear or kit, which I've done that as well. So let me open this up for you and we can start having fun. Right off the bat, this is one of the large kit bags from Tough Possum Gear. He made this in a special pattern for me in the Desert Night camo. That's my favorite camouflage pattern. It's got the nice rubber tabs here on the side. If I needed to, I could string cordage through this and hang this somewhere to just have easy access if I'm working on something or need both my hands because I'm stitching or whatever. And then I have a little tab on here, little glow bead on it. This is from, I think, Lumamod. And it's just something to help me be able to see in the dark. So at the top of the kit that usually gets the most use is a simple balm. This happens to be something I've really been enjoying. My buddy Tim Swanson at Allies Wilderness sent this over, and I've had it now for a few months. It's called Bear Butter, mixture of all natural ingredients, and it's just perfect for literally anything you'd want to put on use a balm for. So leather, your lips, gear, any of that. Really good stuff, and it's not that big of a container. And what I like about this is even in the heat, this hasn't gotten liquidy and nasty and whatever like some balms do. Then I have a little backup blade. This is one that has just kind of come to live in this kit. It's definitely not something I use all the time, but it's a really great blade. This is the LT Wright Patriot, and this was a custom one that I got with glow liners. It's just a really good size little knife for crafts and cutting cord and making really nice cuts and stuff. The flat grind really lends itself well for that, nice and thin and slicey. I then have a few awls. These are kind of the ones that end up getting used the most. You'll see several different variations of stuff in here, repetitiveness of the kit, but this is an awl that I got a long time ago, I think from Rocky Woodland Forge, Brad Holman. I don't know if he's making stuff anymore, but it's a crooked awl to where it gives you a hand, but essentially it's got the square nose on one side for drilling and removing, like those hard 90-degree edges will make a hole pretty quick. And then on this side, it's just got the tapered, smooth awl that's good for pre-forming holes or just pushing in to get started so stuff doesn't split and crack on you. Then I have another awl with a nice little slip sheath here. And this was from my buddy Caleb at Bushwalker Outdoors. He gifted me this at Rabbit Stick last year. And this was a piece of antler that his grandpa shot the deer. And this was a piece of antler from that deer. And then he made this awl here. So awls are something that are very important and often overlooked. The ability to puncture, create holes, and drill stuff out is something that you'll miss really quick when you don't have it in your kit and you need to be able to do that. Have a roll of duct tape. This was just a stocking stuffer from my wife, just your plain old duct tape. I have my main field sharpening component here. This one has seen a ton of use. This is a Work Sharp guided field sharpener, and it's one of my oldest pieces of kit. Strop, diamond plates, coarse and fine. A lot of people don't realize this, but these diamond plates are magnetic. So they come off, and this is perfect for sharpening machetes or axes. It gives you something that you can maneuver and manipulate in your hand. I've never used these pieces here, but this is for like arrowheads and whatnot. And then you got your ceramic rod here at the top that just works on a wheel. So the most used is the fine, ceramic section here. It's just smooth. And then you have grooves for hooks, and then you rotate it further, and you've got your coarse ceramic that'll really knock out burrs. And then there's a strop on the back of this, but I don't really use it. What happens a lot of times with strops, especially with compound and stuff in them, is you'll get grit and sand and dirt and stuff in it. Or if this is sitting on the ground and you're using this to sharpen your knife, you're sitting it directly on a strop. So I think that was kind of a poor design on their side, but I carry a dedicated strop just for that purpose, which is right here. This is a new one that I just got from Tough Possum Gear. This is Sagewood Survival, and this is a piece of micarta with a leather strop and compound on it. It's their pocket strop. Really, really cool, handy piece of kit here. So, and if it was a little bit thicker, you could probably use this as a handhold for bow drill, friction fire. This is the Exotac XL fire rod with a little glow nut here on it for me to see it if I drop it. And it has tape on it, and then inside it unscrews, and you've got some emergency tinder there that you would have in a pinch. And then these are also, I think this unscrews, but I think you can replace these rods too. So this is, again, if all else fails, I know I have this in this kit. I have some more tape here. This is a company called Goon Tape. This stuff is amazing. It's like, imagine hockey tape or tennis racket tape on steroids. So it doesn't get all tacky and nasty stuff like sticking to it when it starts to kind of get the edges rolled. You can see it's pretty clean here. There's not a lot of crap stuck to it. Whereas like duct tape, a roll of duct tape, it would just be covered with stuff. But it's super grippy. It's water resistant. It gets even better when it gets damp or moist. So I've got a few of my hard use tools, machetes, that kind of stuff that this is wrapped in. And it's obviously a good filler if, let's say, you have a knife that you love everything about it, but you want the handle to be a little bit thicker here. There's a hot spot up here. You can just wrap this around it, and it really gets rid of those spots for you. And it's just handy to have tape for repair. I've got a permanent marker. I think I got a couple of these in here. Haven't looked at this in a while. And then at the bottom is just a bag inside of a bag. And this is kind of the bread and butter of the whole kit. So this originally was the repair and tool kit from Coalcracker Bushcraft. So this whole bag is from him, and it's faded now, but yeah, you can see on there, tool and repair, Coalcracker Bushcraft. So I took that kit because it was already a super good foundation for what I was wanting to build. And I bought this, the kit that he sells, I don't know, maybe 7 years ago. When they first came out, I knew what he was doing was kind of what I was wanting to build, but I wouldn't have to get all the pieces separate now. So I will distinguish between what came in this kit and what I've added, so that if you go and check it out, you won't be deceived. But another permanent marker here. In fact, 2 more permanent markers here. Backup cigarette lighter. By the way, a lot of people don't know about these. These are clipper lighters. Some gas stations sell them, others don't. But when you see one, get you one. It's refillable. You can just plug in those containers pretty easy. And it works just as good as a Bic. But the cool thing is, if this does run out, you at least always have a way to generate a spark. So this little piece pulls out in the center. Pretty cool. And they're just a little bit smaller and kind of fit better in kits and stuff. Backup, this is from Bushcraft Kelso. Obviously you can see it's a bearing block for bow drill. Another strop that doesn't have much compound on it, and this is something that I kind of use for my bigger tools, stuff that I know is going to have some nicks and stuff in it. Machetes that either from hitting the ground and hitting a rock, or your carving hatchet or whatever, you're not necessarily worried about it being this perfectly nice smooth edge because you know you're going to be putting it to work. Then I have a couple of metal accoutrements here. This is from Kelso. This is his FID, and it helps get knots, get your knots out. And this one's curved to kind of lace in between a knot that's stubborn. And so far, nothing that I've shown in the kit has come in it yet. This is the first piece from Coalcracker Bushcraft that you'll get. This is called a gimlet, and it's essentially a way to drill holes. So if I were going to drill a hole, I would start off by kind of pilot holing it with just this. It just compresses the fiber, but it starts that pilot hole. And then I would start using the thread with the actual twist here that will remove material. Sometimes with certain woods, especially softwoods, if you just immediately start using this gimlet, you'll see the fibers want to rip and they'll split along those grain lines. So starting it with a pilot hole, just like carpentry. So this, I'll put everything that comes into this kit here on top of this bag so you can see it, and it helps me remember. This ceramic rod did not come in the kit. I don't think so. This Grim Survival tin is just kind of packed with some goodies. I essentially took cards that were going to help me either pick, pry, or open up certain things. So you can kind of look into this for yourself, but it's definitely in the realm of needing to fix stuff, or in this case, open it. Get on there. This is gear lube. This is from Coalcracker, and it's just a chapstick form of, you know, stuff for your gear. Helps stuff keep from rusting, lubricates leather, that kind of thing. Some sandpaper, not a lot. This thread has come undone, but this is the kind of thread that you'll get in the kit. It's just a cotton thread. It's really good for repairing clothing, canvas, tarps, that kind of stuff. Non-seal nylon kind of thing. I've actually used it to repair my buddy Craig's tarp. A backup to the fire. This is a Grim Survival Hotshot card. Another Grim card. See, some of these tools I've used, and they come off into the kit, so that's why I kind of keep everything. I think this is a Wania's card, right? I can't remember. Scrap pieces of leather. That did not come in the kit. Let's just go ahead and get out some of this stuff. It's hard to get. So wrapped up in this cloth, spare paper towel. Wrapped up in this cloth, I put a piece of cloth in here to use as a patch, or any, like, just cotton material in itself is great. This was something I got from Coalcracker Bushcraft, but I added it to this kit. And this is just his little field knife, or his little, I can't remember the name of it, but I wrapped it with some material and put some glow tape on it. So that is from Coalcracker, but it didn't come in this kit. His tool oil, metal and wood conditioner. It's good stuff. Kind of has I like the smell of it, but some people I'm sure wouldn't. Some spare bank line. This is a piece from the card. A wooden pencil, like an actual piece of wood with lead in it. That comes in the kit. This strop, leather strop, comes in the kit. Another ceramic rod. This is a Langsky dog bone. Had it forever. This surgical tubing, I think comes in the kit, but if not, that's a really good piece to have. You can do a lot with tubing. Any kind of things that you need to propel this is a way to fix, and it snaps energy, but it's also a good way to, you know, tie something off or constrict something if you need it. And then in the bottom here, it's just to kind of round off. It's just a bunch of the bits and bobs and stuff. So pieces from the cards that have come unstuck. Rod here. A can opener. Your classic old can opener. Some spare batteries. And then this is what the thread was put on. And these are pieces from the Grim Survival card. And then one little Lonely Ranger band. So now it looks like a big mess, but this covers a ton of bases. And I'm very confident with the stuff that's in here that I can easily repair, replace, create, and anything else in between. So it's a big mess. I'm going to get all this organized and put back in here. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I will do my best to reply to comments to let people know and either send them links or let them know the names of stuff in case you missed it. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, get outside and enjoy the woods.